Hello boys, my name is Koyoshi. Welcome back to my blind playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. For Switch with the Japanese voices enabled. In the last video we left off, well, what can we say? Just doing a whole bunch of side quests again. They mostly involved Colony Tau, however we did do one other random quest here and there. Found out there's a quest we can't get till the very end of the game, all that stuff. Yeah, this time there's quite a few endgame quests. Anyway, we're using Azura for this part simply because, well, we haven't really explored the Keves area at all. How much would you pay for that colorful picture? Jag. Not a single G. Anyways, this big town area that we liberated before is, has Essen in front of the huge, has recent picture, apparently. I thought the castle would always stand strong no matter how many salts of Ignis it took. But ultimately, all it took was a small sad to score. Those herbals are never compared to us grunts. Alright. Whoa! Anyways, we came here first because I think there's an info. Excuse me. Am I right in thinking you're the Urbos? Sorry, who are you again? Oh, I do beg your pardon. I'm the castle inspector, Ulrich. I've been looking everywhere for you. Wait a second. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? Maybe Riku's still half asleep, but Riku's certain you expecting Colony 9. Isn't that so? Do you not remember the faces of your own army's officers? I suppose not. Don't worry about it. You said you've been looking for us? Yes, I actually have a favor to ask of you. Oh, yeah? Inspect the colonies that aren't bound by the flame clocks? Yeah, I just want to check in how the colonies without flame clocks are coping. Just to see if the soldiers are adapting to life without a flame clock and council. It's great, but what do you need us for? Surely officer rank comes with an elite bodyguard or two. No, I was hoping you could fill rather a different role. Now that so many colonies have been liberated, our old methods of observation aren't quite as effective. See how we can't just stroll into the colony and casually observe, yes? But if our bows show up, you'd be warmly welcomed, I'm sure. I guess. So what do you say? Would you help out the castle? And not only that, but support the people living in the colonies? Okay. I believe about supporting the people. Everyone else okay with it? Then we'll do it. I'm so grateful. Which colonies are we gonna survey? I assume random choice won't be very effective. Right, I was thinking we could start with Colony 9. Oh. Somewhere Ulrich been to expect before, it might be the colony that felt the effects of its liberation the hardest. You think, Ulrich? No objections here. We'll go and talk to Kite once we got everything right. Alright. So we got one new quest here, but also we discovered a rest point. And we can kind of just jump through the window here to get this item. Kind of funny. I just realized our food is still going for the previous video. We haven't actually gone in and liberated Fort Condor yet. There's this other fort nearby that we are supposed to liberate, I think. I got no memory of what happened to you recently. It's like I just slept through it. Probably just have to cancel the thing for that.
面白い話が聞けたんだ。よっ。実際に目にするのとでは違うな。お、珍しいものがあったぜ。
There is this one random spot over here we haven't went to yet. This is a pretty in water play here. What's gonna happen here? Nothing yet. We're probably gonna have to come here for a quest though. Let's actually do the quest though. Let's head to Colony 9 and inspect it, I guess. The assembly square is like the closest we can get to here. Yeah, there is a rank. As you can see, there is rankings by the classes. So if you wonder why sometimes they level up slower, that's because they take longer to level up than others. So it might not be as worth it leveling certain classes on our players. That guy apparently heard that Mamba is apparently alive. Alright. Hey Kite. What's up? If you're here about the fields, they're saying this colony grows its own food supplies rather than processing them in a plant. What's this? Oh, the castle's inspector's back again. Looks like Kite remember him. Shut him. Oh well, what do you want? Sorry for dropping in unannounced. The thing is, it's about the long and short of it. So could you tell us how Colony 9's been doing with the fields and all? Yeah, why not? Don't need to go that far. If I could just take a look at the fields, that would be fine. Find the fields, go out down the slope towards the back entrance, and then straight across the bridge, and they're on your left. Thank you. I'll be off then. Hey, don't just... Alright, we'll talk again soon. Yeah, okay. Hang on. Actually need to check something. Is this itself, this for Condor itself, or nothing else here? I have no idea. Well, there can't be any other locations on the map, so I guess this fort itself is Fort Condor. That's the big area we saw at the start of the game. One of the first cutscenes we saw took place there. Alright. Alright. This is wonderful. You can't just go running off on your own, right? Sorry about that, it's just I was so thrilled at the prospect of seeing it. And they did this all without the castle support. Impressive. Really stellar work. Did you push for this initiative? Actually, no. We helped a bit, but it was all the colony's doing. See, well, how marvelous. One of the Agnes commanders helped out with it a lot. What? St. Keves working together? Do you mind if we visit an Aegean colony? Yes. Are you sure? I am. I believe there was one somewhere in the vicinity now. The nearest is, Colony Gamma. Then we can go there next. Such close proximity, and yet it's so lightly guarded. In normal times, it wouldn't be uncommon to see some kind of military action here. Those normal times are no longer normal. I want to see how the world is now. In case we Agnians will show you around. For some of us, it used to be home. Then let's set off.
関係が変わったみたいだ。関係が変わったみたいだ。
Oh, there's the commander in here.
関係が変わったみたいだ。
Layla just mentioned something about Gravel becoming leader and whatnot. Yeah, something they told me, man. Interesting. We'll go to the Gambling Assembly Yard next, I guess. I believe there's a few stuff we have to do around here before we can get stuff done. Oh, this is Colony Gamma, is it? I never thought the day come when I set foot at an Agnian colony. Where is everyone? There are an awful lot of new soldiers here. Yeah, they're kept from the front lines to serve as a reserve force. Does that interest you? Of course it does. Soldiers are terrified in the face of uncertain future. The breaking Croc is given res to. They're incentivized to train harder, to actively, positively work to survive in this new, harsh world. It is a part of the change you have brought about. They'd probably be proud to hear you assessing them in such a way. I've seen enough. Can I ask you to take me to the next place? Yeah, where to this time? The city. Okay, city it is. Oh, wait, the city? City, a place on Ionos which is unaffiliated with either Keves or Agnes. Up when I heard that such a place existed. It may prove challenging to bring an outsider with no connections into the city, though. So is there somewhere else where city folk live? Oh, there is. Agnes Castle. Yeah, I forgot about that one. You're on the ball today, Cena. Yeah, it'll be easier to get him in there than the city, at least. Peggy and Augie around, they'll hear us out, at least. Would that be okay, Ulrich? It's not quite what you hoped for, but of course it's fine. Just lies in the people, not the places. Then let's get to Agnes Castle. How are you doing, Augie? There's a Noah, we're just doing dandy. Hey Augie, look who it is. Oh, you're all looking well. So are you, these are city people who reside in the castle, yes? Who's this, friend of yours? Yeah, so what's happening, guys? Interesting, so you want to learn about the city, eh? Do, as people with first-hand experience and knowledge, would you mind telling me a bit about the life there? See no reason why not. If the way here vouches for you, who are we to decline? Okay, shoot. Asked us anything. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Please, this'll just take a moment. Knock yourself out. We'll find something to do. Thank you so much. Then I'll see you later. Meanwhile, are they done yet? Looks like it. Well, did you learn anything good from them? Yes, they had a lot of very interesting things to say, however. Go on. Well, it was so interesting. I don't think I'll ever have enough time to explore it all. I'm gonna stay here for a while. What? Like, live here? Are you serious? Yeah, Agi and Augie, as well as the Seeker, the representative for Agnes, have welcomed me quite warmly. Why something so drastic? I thought I'd use my position as inspector to benefit the castle and Keves itself. I had thought it necessary to completely annihilate opposing force. But that sounds foolish in the present, which we now find ourselves. Why do we only concern ourselves with the prosperity that was built on the backs of so much sacrifice? Why indeed? I feel like you've opened my eyes. Keves, Agnes, the city. I've seen them working together, and now I know the shape of the future we must create. Living with these people and truly getting to know them, that would be the first step towards this goal. I see, then I guess our work here is done. I'd like to thank you for accompanying me on this journey. This path leads to far greater understanding for the future of Keves. No, all rely on us. Alright. This one probably only appears once you complete a few other quests.
この私がアグネスの本丸に来るとはね。コロニー同士の関係に変化があるみたいだ。
Anyway, let's do all the info shots so we don't forget anything. Achievement. Curious picture, that's a new quest here. First it was Agnes, now we've managed to destroy Keves' castle, Flame Clock too. So unsteady products in it. Sounds weird coming from me, I know. There's all different sides to the power of Orbos. That's true enough, and yet there ought to be many in the past who became Orbos and fought Mobius. We only did it because we're us? Yes, I sincerely think so. First I felt uncertain about it, but now I can see it with confidence. It's thanks to all of us that we've made it this far. I'm truly grateful to have had the experience of standing shoulder to shoulder with you all. Is anybody gonna say something? Nothing really comes to mind. I expect that kind of speech for him, of all people. I feel a bit embarrassed now. Is my face burning? So awkward. Todd, I'd like to return to your sentiment. You saved my skin many times over, and I don't think I can ever thank you enough. Now there's a good follow-up. I see. Put it bluntly, it makes one feel a little put on the spot. But Tyon, you're the one who started it, you muppet. Hey. I've heard some strange individuals have created some colorful picture at Fortal Verbus. Oh yeah, so yeah, we did have liberated already. Oh yeah, they call them paintings, right? I've heard about that from Monica. It's that culture thing they're always banging on about. You don't really get people making paintings like that in Keves. Yes, I thought only city folk did that kind of thing. What would you say to a field trip? I can't deny my interest is piqued. Hold the iris. No nonsense Tyon wants a nosy just for the spark of it. How could Uni? I don't live entirely by the book. No objections here. Let's see what we can do at full verbus. That's the place we ice we liberated them. Well, we still haven't really finished Agnes Castle off in terms of stuff, but do you remember there was like one quest back there? Right. Heck here. Alright. Given this is a new place, we should probably try and complete all the quests here as quickly as we can. What's your problem, mate? Excuse me, but are you the person that's been making a painting around here? Are you okay? Will you listen to my tale of woe? I was once a soldier who attended council keys so that I might capture its likeness within a portrait. Are portraits different from normal paintings? Portraits are a type of painting. Key, as I was ordered, it was my secret duty. And then one day I heard that Key had fallen to some ruffians called Ouroboses. My life's purpose vanished like smoke. Its purpose? Spare me. My passion undimmed, I returned to the castle where there could yet be a council. Yet every day my town is marked. How can an image foul an enemy soldier? They jeer vulgarly. That still remains in all I know who appreciates my art. I've not heard of any. Surful Tale, who are you? Well, wait, no, you're the Ouroboros. Don't worry, we mean you no harm. We are only wondering if you wouldn't mind showing us your painting, this portrait, I mean. No, I don't mind. Let's see, the figure of a person rendered in colorful dyes using a soft brush on a material called canvas. That's a portrait, isn't it? That's right. And portrait painting forms part of culture. It's a concept Key educated me in. Bully Shiljas ascribed no value to it, so I've returned to the castle in slender hope of success. No one's buying, you're in a tight spot, eh? Exactly, yes. But I don't think culture's gonna do you much good when you're risking your neck out on the front lines. Huh, culture. Wait, Uni, you said Monica had been talking to you about culture before? Oh yeah, and can such a thing be true? I bet Wellwell would know all about this kind of stuff. It's a dope on for the city, so it figures. City? I've never heard of such a colony, but about the name certainly smacks of culture. Very well then. Would you be so kind as to show my little devs in this city of yours? I don't remember signing up for it. Surely some discerning folk shall be able to value my art in its true worth. Not that... if not then, I shall simply... Okay, save the waterworks. Let's do that. Fourth Fiend looks like he's at the end of his tether. Fine. Thank you, thank you. I shall entrust you with my precious portrait. Let's get this valued at Velo's shop. This is the piece I have most faith in among all my work. All my hopes go with you.
Name, 確かに覚えたよ。
Right, here we go. To the city again. We've done a lot of stuff in the city already, though. We completed tons of quests, and there's even still a Colony 15 secondary stuff to do here. Although most of that involves not necessarily the city, but Colony 15 as a whole. Whoa! There we go. Right, should say. Welcome to the shop with Wellwell. Hi, Wellwell. We've actually bought you something we'd like to take a look at if you got a moment. You're not customer today? Well, take a look. It's portrait. Sometimes we arrange handling of such thing in shop. This was paid by Keves. He'd like to have its value praised. Got a clue ourselves. Certainly a lot of times it's well seen art of people outside city. Overcome with sudden inquisitivity, leave painting with Wellwell for further investigation. Cheers for being so quick about it. Oh ho ho. What is it? Hey, don't laugh. This guy was trying his best. Search it until a piece of... No, total piece of masterpiece is perfection. Subject is that the boldness of Brett's stroke, innovation of palette. If we'll ascribe value of physical nature to work, then 200,000 G is piddling bargain. That much? 100 grand for these labels? That very little. Artist of this portrait is talent of rare genius. I knew it had to be something special, but this far defied my expectations. What are you so happy about? Let's give Stefan the good news then. You're not selling peace? Well, we haven't asked the artist if he wants to sell. Well, I'll understand, but we'll provide with official stamped report of valuation. Guaranteed good for everyone. That's guaranteed good for everywhere in Ionos. Thank you. Alright. Ah, you're back. I was in agony of waiting. Tell me if you have any news to report. Well, 200,000, gee. Yeah, we couldn't believe it either. All that, gosh, for one little picture. How can I possibly thank you? Price faith in oneself. How could one value the knowledge that other people appreciate one's art? So what do you want to do with the portrait? You can sell it or keep it. I know exactly what I shall do. Shall gift it to you. Are you sure about that, mate? It's but a small token of my gratitude for resolving the problem that had been gnawing at my heart. What a problem? Problem of passion. Passion inspired by a work of art is the most important aspect of culture. To have K to opine upon my work and feed my passion for the arts. To his untimely passing, there was none left to confirm the true meaning of my work. I was half resigned to obscurity. However, you have handed me this judgment of abundant value. Passion I had lost returns tenfold, overflowing my art. Counting about 1 word in 10. Model your portraits on real people, don't you? Who will you paint next? This will be my first comeback work, so I'll take someone brilliant with personality to be my model. Gonna paint us? No, you're too fierce of spirit, too bestial to be the subject of my portrait. Despite someone who appears weak at first glance, but has a core of strength within. Yeah, that rules out a 6 then. Why don't we get one of the commanders involved, or one of the others who's agreed to help us? That would be wonderful. I'm in your debt. Let's see if we can find anyone who looks promising and bring them back here. I shall wait your return. So we're supposed to figure out, we basically need to figure out, who fits the bill based off of certain things, and then pick a specific character based off of that. Well, my first guess is probably either Gondor or Baldi. So I'll just use those two first and see what I found. An unusual outfit. One could infer from this fashion a strong sense of haughtiness. It's a little too coarse for my purpose, not fitting in my vision at all. You may leave. I'll leave after I get one good punch on you. Okay, well, at least we're seeing some new stuff. You mentioned something about being young or something. Not really a good way to figure out who we're looking for, though. So you basically have to use a certain... Whoa, that right hand of yours isn't an off-shell bottle, is it? Is that original? Yeah, this is the hand my master bond gave me. To my untrained eye is a work of fine craftsmanship. Alas, I'm not familiar with painting evidences, so I must refrain. Oh well, if you say so. And a kind words, and sorry I can't be of more use. Isn't there a thing that like tells us what to do? Yeah, we don't really have much choice. We're gonna have to talk with some, well, just have to look at each of these characters one by one. Hope for the best. I quiver under that bewildering gaze, and yet in my next word I wish to emphasize kindness. You don't find me to be my kind, you woo me, sir. Ticket of on, he just means you don't match his vision. I know, I was just joking. So you could look to town for kindness, the answer was staring you in the face. Yeah, we just have to keep looking for those. Kindness gives me a really good hint here. I think we should use Bobby next. Bobby's generally kind. Not close to my ideal portrait, but I'd like a smidge more strength to inspire the soldiers. I'm terribly sorry. Wait a minute. What if it actually ends up being Jennifer or Fiona next? I don't know. I think it might be one of those two, you maybe? Yes, yes, you fit my vision exactly. Wow, it ended up being Jennifer this whole time. I mean, managed it. However, the ears are just a little bit... They don't harmonize with the motive of the whole. Sorry for being rude, I suppose the ears come off. No, understood. What a fake out. Dude, what a fake out that was. We kind of have to... Oh, here's the trigger. So is Fiona. She is on the younger side, I guess. Oh, yes. The imperial appearance, believed by the strength contained within, a core of steel gleaming in the eyes. So you're the perfect model to bring my vision for this new portrait to life. Woo, me? Haze, this way. I must begin my great work. Alright. Your expression's a little stiff. Oh, is it? It's just that I've never done something like this before. I feel so exposed. You can do it, Fiona. I'm doing my best. Can you paint Lon Lon too? Yes, now that's the expression I'm after. And you talk to her about how happy things to come her nerves. How are you holding up, Fiona? Is there anything you want? Snacks? I don't think I can hold this pose forever. Somehow you shall have to manage. Just a little more painting to be done. How much is a little more? Say around 23 hours. 23? So long, I can't stand to wait that long. That's your concern? Fall asleep halfway through, we'll just wake you right back up again. You always got my back, Sonny. Yes, perfect. Keep that thought. I'm gonna need all to keep talking for the next 23 hours. Come on, you're being lovely. Wrap it up already. Spain, praise I say, Stefan regained his conscience. If you ever needed some G, try selling one of his paintings in the city. Alright. So next. Well, that was a bit of a shocker, eh? The portrait Stefan painted being worth 2,000 G. 200 as in G is equivalent to how many tasty sachets? Enough that you'd get sick of them. Oh, that's astonishing amount. More to the point, why would anyone drop that much currency on it? why even use it if it's a portrait of Key? Suppose the city folk really hate the Mobius, so target practice, AV? Well, oh, exactly. Actually, I thought seen it.
出発しよう。
So there are some random letters we can look at. We haven't explored much of the area yet. So, then I guess it needs to be made according to what they say. Ah, here's the ladder that we were looking for. We're still trying to explore this area a bit, so we're trying to do that as well. Well, these are probably all up in the high spots. Hard to reach locations. Nice, we got a secret area discovered. There we go. Let's just making sure I got that container properly. We have to drop down here, I see. Alright. Alright. I need to find a couple of other quests now. Just to make sure we're not missing anything. Train elite officers such as myself here at the castle.
名前確かに覚えたよ。
What's undergoing all this training to become officers of the guard during sweaters, but then the castle flame copies with boat, and I don't know what to do with our lives anymore. We might have snuffed that up for you.
名前確かに覚えたよ。
Roots here are pretty much designed for the top brass. They're still around the third terms, but they have the knowledge of a name for Nitro. It's the impressive. On the flip side, it's probably why they've always looked down on other colony soldiers. I have to wonder how they fare in action combat. It's a tad worrying. They could stand to be taken down a peg or two. Interesting.
Name, 確かに覚えたよ。
初めて見る場所だな。
Alright. Wonder how you even get up to some of the sneak spots occasionally. We'll have to figure that out on our own, I guess. Oh, here's a bridge down to who knows where. Okay, we're gonna have to complete some kind of quest to get that item. Lightning. Can't see it. Must be on top here again. Yeah, we could save time walking up that area again by just going to the secret area and using us as a point to just jump down to certain areas. Figures we can jump on the top here, and inside this area will be a never container. Well hidden one, that for sure. Pretty soon we'll have to use all of those whenever we do get rank 10 gems finally. But for now, let's do our info bit. I know there's quite a few more quests here, and here's another one. Seems they never end. Hey, what's up if those soldiers training at Fort Verbus? They seem kind of weird. Definitely weird. It's like they're always talking down to everyone like they're something special. Yeah, they're a cheeky lot. You're one to talk. Shut it, you. Honestly though, I can't be doing with people like that. It's probably got something to do with all the lectures the cadets on the exclusive ladder had to sit through. That seems kind of unreliable. Yeah, first sign of a real battle and they'll be snuffed. Absolutely up the creek. But what can we do about that? Could challenge them, Explain. About it. Let them in a fight, we can crush the attitude problems right out of them. If Lance, we gotta teach them how to be better. It's for their own good. This is a ludicrous idea. That's so. We're going to Fort Verbus and we're gonna hunt down those rude meddlers. Alright. That's kind of weird. A bunch of Erbos picking on clearly and yay, some kids. Not really my idea, and if you ask me. Here they are. Should have done it like this all along. No, I don't think so. See, it'll just slow the events way down. That's exactly why I suggested to play in Levitus from the start. Hey, where are you? Well, wait, the captain of the guard mentioned these guys, didn't she? Right, the ones who defeated the council at the castle and broke the flame clock. They're the Ouroboros, so you've heard of us. That makes things easy. Has it that you lot are pretty clever? Ah, that we are. Best of the best. No one in Keves can hold a candle to us. We could overtake soldiers like you from the ranking colonies in less than a year. Low ranking? Do they have a mouth on them? Not a joke. Sorry. So if you were to take us on a fight, you'd rent us, would you? Right, if that's what you want, we'll give you a fight anytime, any place. Oh, it's on. How do you like the sound of a monster bashing battle? Go on. We'll show you more than just knowledge. We'll show you the meaning of excellence. We've only got 3 people, though. This, 5 monsters and 10 for you. Sounds fair. Compare results back here once we're done. You're on. Then let the games begin. Alright.
関係が変わったみたいだ。そこをどいてくれ。こ
れなら楽勝かな。
There we go. Whoa, jeez, I'm getting moved everywhere, dude. Oh yeah, I forgot I had Fiona. That probably is for the better though. We probably need the regen to heal for all this. Got the big boy in here as well. This is gonna be a longer battle than I wanted it to be. Alright, here we go. Let's do a quick chain just to get some experience out of him. Looks like a big boy and he's also elite, so why not? Instant 300%. Despite that, he still resisted the flashback. That was kind of annoying, given it's not elite monster. Doesn't make sense at all. That should be messy out here. Oh my goodness, where's this camera going anymore? This is such a weird chain so far. Oh yeah, that's right, we don't have the thing activated yet. Let's smash that lance and get our percent and move on. Yep. They was gonna hit 1,000. Alright, we're done with this. That turned into 68 experience, which is not bad actually, all things considered. But we're not gonna do that kind of attack again. We only really did that realistically because we just ended up getting into that fight on Exit. We didn't really have much of a choice there. In words. Almost got lucky 7 in that battle. No, that's the middle part of the icon. That does actually show us where the monsters are. We just have to defeat 3 separate packs of these.
これなら心配いらねえね。私が相手になるよ。ありがとう。いやいや、アップレイクブルハート。そっちはダメだって。隠しの名兵士か。頑張れ頑張れ、私たち。これでどう立ちまで攻めれる。こんなに。力は十分。ぶん殴れ。嘘。なんと。クロス。アップレイクブルハート。もうかなく力は十分ぶん殴れ立派ですねやれるラスフリズマティックサークいや効率が悪い助かった今ならマイケイビート無双キャラを感じるいい感じだみんな準備はいいか
Let's end this quickly. That works. Alright, that works. Alright, we did that thing quick. Now let's get back to the air and see what happens. Oh, look who's not back yet. Ha, we went stuck on that. Where are those spare ether cylinders? What time do you call this? No, how can you be back already? Because we're finished. We would have won if we hadn't run out of supplies. We used to accept this. I'd demand a rematch. We have to accept that we messed up. We didn't prepare properly. Huh, didn't expect you to be so gracious about it. It's not so surprising, is it? Castle soldiers are not trained to make the same mistake twice. Exactly, and we want to be like the captain of the guard. Can't let a failure like this get us down. There's a degree of shame, yes, but it's a good lesson, so thanks to that. You're going to be back. We've got a score to settle now. You know what? Maybe a lot are right. We'll have to stay at the top of our game, won't we, Rans? They'll learn by trial there. We could do worse than emulate them. Ridiculous idea turned out to be pretty useful to your little prodigies in the end. Prodigies? I never thought of anyone as my prodigy before, not even in Colony 9. I think I'm much cut out to be a mentor, but why not? It's something to do. Hey, you lot. What now? Let's do this again sometime. Ah, yeah, we'll look forward to it. Next time, you're the ones coming down. You can't escape from us. This is gonna be fun. Alright, some more reputation there. And another info. Hey, they're the old boats. Captain of the guard was searching for them earlier, wasn't she? The thing I thought to do is do the show's quest thing, but I think now that we've liberated this sword, I think we can safely say that we're ready to do Azura's quest now. We've had her class at rank 10 for a very long time, though, specifically on our other characters. I'll show you that. Wait, what the heck is that icon? Boost damage for every enemy in battle. Okay, so that just makes you do more damage the more enemies are in battle. That's cool. That's really helpful, too. We do have Machine Sash, and we also have to get upgraded as well. I've not forgotten about that, and I've been trying to get it on rank 10 on other players so we can actually ascend the class eventually. But right now we can't do that right now at the moment. So I think after our Stalker got ascended now, there leaves just this one other class, and then I guess the other Keves quest. Once we get these classes ascended anyway, we'll be much stronger now. But, so to say, we're not going to be doing a Zara's Ascension quest or anything else in this video because we're going to be ending this one right here. Still, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like it, enjoy, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.